Well, good afternoon, dear students. So today we are going to move to the next lecture, which is entitled Speech Situational Rules, and which is following the lecture on speech acts and speech events. So speech acts, as you see, are not limited to society or to what society is imposing on us. There are other factors that contribute, and we are going to deal today with three of them. This problem of presupposition, the concept of time factor, and the concept of evaluative judgment, which are very important because they influence the way we use language. So let's start with the first one, which is sorry for this. Okay, so come on. Now we start with the problem of presupposition, which is a presupposition of what people have as assumptions about what is coming from the listener or what is in the topic itself. So sometimes the speaker may think or may have presupposition about what the listener knows or thinks about a given topic. So he may use some discourse markers, what we call discourse markers, in his language or in his speech to influence the listener. Look at this example. John is a socialist, but he is honest. But is a conjunction here used as a discourse marker to make the listener think that people who are socialists are dishonest, which is not true. So he has said John is socialist, but he's honest, which means that, all socialists are dishonest people. Well, this is just one way of making people react to what you are saying in the way you want them to react to what you are saying. Next, we have the concept of time factor, which is quite important since it is part of the semantic components, as in the example I was in Tokyo 5 minutes ago. Nowadays we have these smartphones, we have the tablets, we have the internet in general. We may be discussing with someone who is in Tokyo, and if someone asks you, "What were you doing 5 minutes ago?" you say, "Well, I was in Tokyo 5 minutes ago." But logically, how can you be in Tokyo when you are now in Algeria 5 minutes ago? You travel with speed of light. You travel with speed of light or what? No, this is just a semantic component. It means that you were talking to someone in Tokyo. You were not physically in Tokyo, but mentally. Next, the concept of evaluative judgment. An allegation is about anything, any word that you have in a given sentence. So the listener is going to evaluate what you say through these words. He's going to use them to decode the message that you are sending. Sometimes the message is more than the words. As we say in general, you have to read between the lines. So sometimes you have to listen to the words or to decode the words to understand what the speaker is talking about. Look at the example. John didn't answer the question wisely. Wisely. So John answered the question, but he was not wise. The answer was not wise. Look at wisely. John didn't answer the question. In this case, John was wise because he didn't answer the question. Now look at the third possibility. Wisely, comma. John didn't answer the question wisely. So he was wise to answering unwisely the question. You see, so we have different ways to use language and to transmit the meaning we want. Okay, so we move to the conclusion. The three speech situational rules are social and linguistic postulates. Well, speakers of any given speech community know them because they are conventional. People know that when you use this or that, a conjunction or whatever word, they know what you mean by this because it is something conventional, like when we use, for example, proverbs to say a lot of things in a few words. So these speech situational rules give form to sentences and to speech acts and automatically to speech event. So thank you for listening. And if there are any questions, you're welcome through my email to ask me whatever question you want. Goodbye.